everyone. For the second half of this video, what I'm going to try doing is ranking the LDoE ads, or kind of evaluating them based on their creativity and level of realism that we can actually do in the game. So let's get started with the first ad. Now for the first one, it's a bit live action-y, so I'm going to suspend a little bit of the what you can do in game. Even though that is animated, you can kind of tell from the face on the LDoE Survivor. Overall, though, it's a pretty solid ad. The only comment I would have about realism is when he kicks the zombie. Can't really do that in game. But other than that, the ad looks phenomenal. Honestly, I wish that was Last Day on Earth's ultra level graphics. I would really, really, really enjoy that. So for the second ad, it's actually really, really well done in terms of realism to the game. Aside from the first shot, that is a first-person point of view thing. You can't really do that, but we're just going to ignore that for trailer purposes. Other than that, there isn't really things you can't do in Last Day on Earth, unless you count like the guy raiding during the base. But, I mean, there are raiders that can raid you in Last Day on Earth, and they can raid you while you are at your base. So I'm going to say that is actually a pretty solid ad for Last Day on Earth. It's quite realistic to the actual game. For the third ad, it's somewhat realistic. You really can't go and repair a basement, but let's just say for the sake of that, that looks like their actual base. If you notice in one of these shots, there is a radio tower, which is officially gone from the game, so that doesn't work either. And then I'm sure the part that most people are going to point out, you cannot throw cleavers in this game, so not very realistic. Overall, we've already seen this before, so 6 out of 10. For the fourth ad, it's kind of realistic, not really. There are some points where you're like tiptoeing through a horde of zombies. Can't really do that, but I mean you can kind of if you sneak in Last Day on Earth. So I guess we can kind of count that. Can't bring your dog with you to Bunker Bravo. All of the other shots are surprisingly true to the game. And that last one, I think that's the junkyard, although there's a metal structure which makes me think radio tower. But all the crates too. Tell me your thoughts down below. Solid new ad, 7.5 out of 10. For the fifth ad, there are a couple of points that really hurt it in the realism category. For one, you cannot kick down a door, you cannot have your dog attack something in your base, and you cannot throw that kind of thing. So all of that is really going to hurt this ad in the long run. But other than that, it's somewhat true. I mean, you just mine ore, the camera's in the right spot for the most part. 8.5 out of 10.
Hey, my name is Steve. I love the post-apocalypse. Why?
Now, the sixth and final ad really goes away from the realism approach, which really is sad because this is a good ad, honestly. We can't spin kick, we can't have the big one plow down our walls. Honestly, though, it's a pretty good ad if you just ignore the stuff that you can't do in Last Day on Earth. Honestly, I would give it 8 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed this different kind of one-off thing. As you can probably tell, I'm running out of ideas. And update, please, coming soon. Come on, update. There are also 6 more ads that I found. If the update doesn't come, I'll probably release the video around some point this weekend. If not, I'll still release the video at some point. If you want to see it, let me know all of that down below. With that out of the way, ZD out.